It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. Mr. Computer isn't waking up for me, but I'll catch the feed a little bit later. As we talk with our Penns Manor students, our conversation brought to you by Marcus & Mack, voted Best Personal Injury Law Firm in the Best of Indiana County contest. Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. And let me click one button here. And there we go. Now the computer wakes up for me. That's good. Kristen Zeglin, Penns Manor elementary principal, joins us this morning with two young men with you. Good morning.
Good morning, Todd. How are you?
Wonderful. It's good to have you with us.
It's nice to be here.
Well, you got two guys with you who are going to talk about what?
I do. So today I have Gavin Hudak, and he's going to talk all about the Fort Ligonier trip. Oh, no, I'm sorry. You're doing Red Ribbon Week and some other activities that our student council doing at the elementary level, and I have Brendan Hopkins here, and he's going to talk all about the fifth grade field trip to Fort Ligonier.
Fort Ligonier is one of my favorite places. I grew up around there. So, yeah. All right, so who goes first?
So we're going to start with Gavin.
Gavin, good morning.
Good morning.
What you got going for us here today?
Red Ribbon Week.
All right, tell me.
Our guidance counselor, Mrs. Prebish, helped organize a fun Red Ribbon Week from October 23rd to the 27th. Red Ribbon Week is celebrated nationwide in schools and communities to promote a drug and alcohol-free lifestyle. To start the week, we wore red and took a pledge to stay drug-free. Each day of the week was a different theme to help us show that staying drug-free is the way to be. We wore our favorite sports jerseys to team up against drugs. Another day was called Don't Let Drugs Mix You Up, and we came up with crazy outfits for that day. On Drugs Can't Find Me Day, we wore camo. And the last day was saying boo to drugs during our Halloween party day. We all got a keychain with a message on it: be healthy, good character, good choices, drug and bully free. Trooper Greenfield from the Pennsylvania State Police also visited that week and talked to the 4th and 5th grade classes about cyberbullying. The Indiana Drug and Alcohol Commission will be visiting classrooms during November. They will present prevention programs to all grades. In pre-K, the students will learn about healthy alternatives for little ones. Kindergarten, 1st, and 3rd grades will learn how to make healthy decisions related to drugs and medicine. In 2nd grade, the students will learn about perspectives, solutions, and consequences for their actions. 4th graders will learn about opioid use and misuse. 5th graders had their presentation on how to resist peer pressure and media influences to try vaping during the month of September. Love Basket. We are excited that our school will once again be helping with the Love Basket food collection November 13th to 17th. For those of you listening, remember to start getting your canned goods and non-perishable food ready for this worthy cause.
Nicely done. You did a really nice job on that. Trooper Greenfield's a pretty cool dude, isn't he? Yeah, like him a lot. All right. How about you? What do you have for us today?
I am about our 5th grade field trip on Fort Ligonier.
Oh, yeah. That's such a great place. Tell me about it.
We took a field trip to Fort Ligonier. It was awesome. We learned that the French and Indian War in America was fought over control over the Ohio River Valley. Both the French and British wanted this area because of its great natural resources. We saw so many historical reenactors who showed us what life was like in the 18th century. As we toured all the different fort buildings, we walked on the same ground that George Washington did as a young soldier. We heard how he was almost hurt in a friendly fire incident. We met General Forbes, British and French officers, and the fort engineers. We met artisans like the tinsmith, carpenter, the baker, and blacksmith. We also got to play with reproductions of the toys and games they used to play. We toured the museum and saw artifacts from 4 continents. Some of the artifacts included Native American wampum, elephant armor, chainmail, letters written by George Washington, the saddle pistols given to George Washington by Marquis de Lafayette, and much more. We saw original paintings of young George Washington, King George III, and Queen Charlotte of Britain.
That's a lot, isn't it? Yeah. How did you like it? Did you really enjoy it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, did you go too, Gavin? You did? Yeah. It's really a neat place, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the way that they have all of the different characters depicted, it's a fun place. Fun place. Hey, very nicely done by you. Good job by both of you guys for representing the elementary school this morning. Thank you. It is Indiana in the Morning, and that's our Penns Manor Elementary segment. And now Michelle will pull that up a little bit. Mrs. Dolges, good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm wonderful, wonderful, and I hope you are too. You brought a couple of guys with you too, huh?
I did. We brought all boys this month, and that's what I said to
telling you
Mrs. Eglin. Wow, we brought all the boys this month.
Yeah.
I brought Caleb Joyner and I brought Isaac Barnhart, and they're going to talk about the Veterans Day program that we have going on at the school tomorrow.
All right. You want to just pull that microphone up? There we go. Gentlemen, good morning. For our Facebook viewers and listeners this morning, who's who?
I'm Caleb Joyner.
All right.
Yeah, and I'm Isaac Barnhart.
All right. Who goes first?
I can go first.
Okay.
So, I'm the student council president at our school, and at the beginning of the day, tomorrow, we are going to have a senior luncheon senior citizen luncheon for the Veterans Day Assembly. For the first time since COVID, we are having the senior citizens back at our school, but the registration date is already over, so please don't show up randomly. We will not have enough food to feed everybody. That was one of our teachers' main worries. So the registration date was on November 1st if you want to come next year, but the student council and other members of our school will be setting up tables, delivering lunches to the senior citizens, and feeding and giving them drinks. So that's about it in the morning. It starts at 11:30. I'm not sure what time it ends, though. So, yeah.
When the food's all gone.
Yeah, I guess so.
Mrs. Dolges will have to go get crackers or something somewhere.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah. She probably just has them in her desk drawer.
probably.
What about you?
I'm the senior class president, and me and Isaac will be giving speeches at the Veterans Day Assembly. It will be streamed on YouTube under Penns Manor, not Penn Manor. We'll have people come in, guest speakers to talk. We'll have Joe Pittman, Jim Struzzi, Sheriff Fayok, who will be doing the flag folding ceremony, and we'll have Colonel Shirley come in as well to talk with us.
Yeah, all will be good. Sheriff Falk, of course, Vietnam veteran, so it sounds like you put together a pretty solid program.
Yeah.
Do you have your speech all prepared?
Yep, it's all prepared.
Yeah, yeah. What about you?
Yeah, my speeches too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, when you give a speech in front of those guys in their lifetimes, they've heard a lot of good speeches, so no pressure, huh?
The pressure's on.
No, you'll have a good time with it because you'll find that there's no better audience than military veterans. They really are respectful of everything that you do because of the respect that we give to them, and you know that's the way that it is in Indiana County. It might be different elsewhere, but here in Indiana County, we certainly do give them all of that wonderful respect. Your community, of course, for many, many years has turned Veterans Day into a really special observation, haven't they?
Yeah. Our cafeteria staff provides food for all the veterans, so we'd like to give a thanks to them as well for doing that for the veterans.
Yeah, it's terrific stuff. All right, so you guys are seniors.
Yeah.
What's the plan?
So my plan is to go into accounting or actuary sciences. Wherever gives me money. That's my goal.
Well, if actuary, of course you're whoever's giving you money. Sure, you're out after. No, that's a great job,
Yeah.
and it's one of the most in-demand jobs that there is.
There.
Yeah. So you got numbers floating around your head a lot. Huh?
Yes. Love numbers.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. What about you?
I'm going to attend IUP for pre-medical biology, then go to med school to become an anesthesiologist.
There you go. That's a great plan too. Yeah. So you fellas, you've got plans. You're moving. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming in to visit with us this morning too.
Yeah. Anytime.
It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com. Anytime, Mrs. Dolges. You need a sub? They're ready.
I'll tell you what, I brought two of the best. They're great kids, and they do a lot at the school. And our veterans program, I'd just also like to say thank you to Mr. Fulton, Dave Fulton, the history teacher. He is kind of the driving force behind all of this. He puts together the program, and he, gets the speakers and invites everybody in. Our cafeteria staff, like Caleb said, does a great job. They'll make a meal tomorrow, and we'll feed. I believe we have 80 or 90 veterans coming in.
Nice.
And our student council, Mrs. Cessna, our advisor, and her student council, they will serve everybody the lunch, and then we move everybody over to the auditorium, and Mr. Fulton does the assembly there. And our band director, Mr. Rode, the band plays. They always do. I always love the different ballads from every branch of military, the
Nice.
song he does. And talking about speeches, I always give the closing speech, and I always have to go after they play taps. Mm-hmm. And that's always such a tearjerker that I have to get up and speak in front of everybody. But that's all right. I'll pull it through.
You can do it. You'll be fine.
Yeah,
That's
wonderful. It's one of my favorite days of the year is watching the community come in and seeing the kids, do the presentation and show the respect to the veterans.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite days that I look forward to every year. So I'm looking forward to it, and it should be a great day.
Yeah, really should. And I understand there's a football game involving your team.
Yes,
coming up?
yeah, there's a football game. They're playing Friday night against Purchase Line, so it'll be a rematch. So we'll see if they'll be able to get the victory the second time.
For the chance to get into the District 6 championship game again.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They've had a rough season in the middle there. They had some challenges and some injuries, but they're pulling it together and they're doing well.
Yeah. Well, it'll be fun. We'll have that one on U92 and Renta Digital TV this week. So
Yep.
good stuff. Good
Correct.
stuff.
So go Comets.
Thank you, Mrs. Dolges. Thank you, Mrs. Eglin. Thanks, guys, for coming in. If there are any girls left out at the school, you can bring them next time, okay?
Thank you for having us.
It is the voice of Indianapolis. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. We're just about 2 minutes away from the top of the hour. Fox News coming your way at 9 o'clock, and then we follow with news from the WCCS newsroom with Jake Slobodnik. It's Indiana in the Morning, always presented by First Commonwealth Bank. Time to be first member FDIC here on WCCS.